this one, I love this one. I'm going to say that right off the rip. So, this turns any of the base game crops into pig food, and what that means is it basically gives a master category for all your base game crops. So, in the grains category, you have wheat, barley, oats, sorghum, rice, long grain rice. In the proteins category, you have corn, sunflowers, soybeans, peas, green beans, and spinach. And in the root crops category, you have sugar beets, potatoes, carrots, beetroots, and parsnips. So once you have all those kind of master categories, you then scroll over to the fourth and final screenshot. You need basically one product from each in order to then make your finalized product of pig food. So you can take any combination of these products to make your pig feed. It's awesome. $36,000 to purchase this. So put it to you this way. You could have, 1,000 liters of wheat, 1,000 liters of corn, and 1,000 liters of sugar beet. Okay? So you got 3,000 liters of total product. You got 1,000 liters in each category. You're then going to then parse out that recipe of the 100 grains, 200 proteins, and 300 root crops to get your 500 liters of pig feed. I love this. This is absolutely fantastic. And I mean, kind of, as far as I'm aware, realistic because pigs pretty much eat anything.
Like me.
What do you think there, Will?
I mean, if you like doing pigs, yeah, I highly recommend this. BD's not wrong. Not even wrong in the slightest. Um, it's it definitely is very realistic because they do eat a lot, like me. Um, so I mean, it's also very highly detailed, which is nice. It's something different too, as well. And I do like in this first screenshot how it actually says grain, protein, and root crop. How it actually says everything, so you know what you need, which is absolutely fantastic. And it's only 13 slots for that, so it's not too bad on the slot count.
What's really cool too is that if you take a look at the fourth and final screenshot here, it gives you all the capacities, 150,000 liters for each of the individual incoming capacities, 500,000 liters for the outgoing. So if you had 500,000 liters of pig feed, let's say you didn't even use that for pigs, you could then turn around and use that just for sales and make an absolute killing off of pig feed. Pig feed is so expensive to sell in base game. And the fact that you can literally take the easiest products out of each one of these categories and then make pig feed is fantastic. So what's really cool, what I really like is especially when you take into consideration the contract system. If you do a contract for, let's say, sugar beets or whatever, you're then able to then, put those sugar beets in this root crop category. Then you get another one for potatoes, but that's going to go into the root crop category. It's all going to aggregate into each one of these master classifications to then give you your final output. So this honestly is going to work perfectly with your contracting system and having those little bits of product left over if you're wanting to dedicate to a major pig operation.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
Next one we have is the mineral feed production and pig food. This is by NASA B82 and is 11.02 megabytes to install. And we got a point of sale for $500. We got the mineral feed for $5,000. Now, is that the actual production point is $5,000? Because that doesn't sound right to me. It must be, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So for $5,000, you get the ability to make your mineral feed. So you got your incoming products of sugar beets, canola, lime, wheat, cut sugar beets, potatoes, corn, soybeans, carrots, sorghum, and barley. And you get your outgoing of mineral feed, chopped sugar beets, and pig feed. So you got your various recipes for your cut sugar beets, which includes lime and canola to make your mineral feed. You got the second recipe of cut sugar beets, lime, and wheat for mineral feed. You got your sugar beets for cut sugar beets. So this is a beet chopper, which is cool. You got your corn, wheat, canola, and carrots for pig feed. Potatoes, corn, and wheat and canola for pig feed, and potatoes, sorghum, barley, and soybean for pig feed. Now, just to kind of backtrack just a little bit, look at these recipes for the pig feed here. You got three separate recipes, but you have to have these specific combinations in order to make the recipe work. To where the other one was so multifunctional that you don't have to worry about what combination you have. You just have to have those three categories of products. That's why I'm crowing so much about that previous mod, is that it's so simple to where you're not having to have, oh, well, I have to have some corn and some wheat and some canola and some carrots. I can just have three of those master classifications and be done with it. So that's why I'm making such a big deal about the previous mod. But this one, overall, 12 megabytes to install. It's nice, especially if you're making mineral feed, because again, mineral feed is expensive. It's a good sale product. So if you sell it off, it's worth it. And it also works as a sugar beet chopper, which is awesome as well. Now, me personally, I do prefer the sugar beet cutter where it gives you the stones and slurry as an output, as well as kind of an in addition to. But overall, this is nice. I like it.
Yeah, I installed this one. I really like this one. Man, it's very highly detailed, as you can see from the first screenshot. I love the brickwork on it. I think it looks awesome. So for the sell point, it's 9 slots. And then for the production itself is 14. Which is not
I like
awful.
that it makes the palleted goods too.
Yeah. So I like it.
Next one we got is the flour mill. This is by Fra Casas Modding and is 20.43 megabytes to install, $280,000 to buy. We have the storage capacity of 940,000 liters and a processing speed of 4,600 liters per hour. So this is where we get to make things like our barley flour. Like this is all separate productions. These are not just the typical flours that we're used to. You get barley flour, maize flour, oat flour, rice flour, sorghum flour, and wheat flour. Those are all the various outputs that you get from this. So again, this is unique. This is not just the typical flour that you get from base game productions. And it looks fantastic. I think this is really nice looking. It's got that kind of old school windmill look to it. 21 megabytes to install. $280,000. That's pretty expensive, but overall, if you're looking for other products other than your basic flour, this is a good alternative.
I like this. I think it looks fantastic. Very highly detailed, especially with the brickwork. And yes, you can go inside. You can even go upstairs. And then when you go inside of it, which I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't show you. It shows you the sell point in the second one. Yeah, it doesn't show you, but when you go inside, you actually see like the pole that connects up to a turntable, which goes over to the fan-looking thing. But yeah, the area down below, when you turn it, when you, of course, turn the production on, the whole table down below actually starts spinning, and you can actually hear like wood on stone basically turning. And when you come outside, like the wheel thing out here is spinning. The propeller thing is spinning, which is absolutely fantastic. And then the products actually spawn underneath the hanger here in the first screenshot, which I think is brilliant, if you ask me.
That is cool.
Then in the second screenshot, you can see the sell point, which you can actually go inside the sell point too, which you can walk around for a little bit, which is nice. Highly detailed, looks phenomenal. The sell point is 11 slots. But you can see where 11 slots is going with that.
Oh yeah.
And then for the flour mill, it's 22 slots. But yet again, you can see where it's going, you know. So I like it.
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, Fracassus modding is seen very often with MA7 Studios. Am I wrong about that?
You're not wrong.
I didn't think so. So if that kind of tells you anything, like they feed off each other very very well. There's a reason why they work together on a lot of stuff, and yeah, it's extremely highly detailed, and yeah, these when we see Fracassus as well as MA7 Studios, it's a treat to see them. These are modders I always get excited about when I see them pop up on the hub.
See, I feel like that flour mill would look perfect on Pelene.
Yep, exactly.
And I also feel like it would look fantastic on Giant's new map coming out.
Yep, I can
So,
see that too. Next one we have is the liquid storage. This is by Holden HB Modding. It is 0.84 megabytes to install and a price of $15,000. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a liquid silo. I mean, nothing more to say about that. It's nice. It's hopefully functional. If it is, then yeah, we can put our liquid and our herbicide storage into this particular area and be good to go. I like it.
for me, it's a pass. I mean, they look absolutely fantastic. I don't know. Originally, I had them installed, and then I checked them out. No, for some others, I don't remember why, but I didn't like them. There was some reason why I didn't, but it'll come back to me. Um, so this does come with a couple different silos. It also comes with silo extensions.
Okay.
So you got two silos, which you see in the first screenshot. Both of them are 7 slots, and then your extensions are 2 slots, 2 slots, 3 slots, 3 slots. So you got 2 slots for the smaller ones. You got 3 slots for the larger extensions. So overall, pass for me.
Let's see. Next one we have is the corrugated sheet metal warehouse by Zettelzak, 12.48 megabytes to install. We have let's see, the small corrugated metal warehouse with general cargo storage, $37,500. This is under silos, and you can put in configurations such as solar panels, advertising boards, and warehouse colors. Then you also get the small corrugated metal warehouse with general cargo storage and silo for $47,500. And again, similar configurations that are available on this one here. But essentially, bale and pallet storage as well as silos. So it's nice. I like it. It is 13 megabytes to install. I mean, overall, I think this is a nice, again, simple design, and I like it.
It's not bad. I mean, it's a pass for me, but it looks good. You can go inside and wander around. Like you actually walk inside. I know some pallet storages won't even let you walk around in them, but this will. The detail on it is pretty good. Details there, which is good. The so the first one, the small one, is 4 slots, and well, they're both small, but the small general cargo storage, which is right here in the first screenshot, that's 4 slots, and then the storage with silo is 12 slots, which is on the fourth screenshot. As you see right here, so not bad though.
I'd be very interested to figure out how many like pallets this holds, how many how many liters of product this holds. Because as best as I can tell, it looks like you got based on the fourth screenshot, you got the bale and pallet storage, which is kind of out front on the left-hand side of the building. Then you've got the kind of grain goods that can be used when you pick up the gate that's down there at the bottom. You've got the output spout for that towards towards the bale and pallet storage side. And then you see beyond that, towards the back end of it, it looks like there's a liquid storage as well.
Yeah, so the silo is like basically a multi-fruit silo.
Yep.
So it can hold everything. I I forgot what the silo held. I know that the bale and pallet storage I think was like it was either 250 or 500. So
That's not bad. I mean, either way. I mean, when you're talking about, at the most expensive, $47,000. Let's say just 50 grand for ease of math. 50 grand for a bale and pallet storage, a grain silo, and a liquid silo. You can't go wrong with that. You just can't.
right.
Let's see. Next thing we have is the underground storage. This is by Achi Mobile and is 5.45 megabytes to install. We have a price point of $25,000, 200,000 bales and pallets. That can't be right. That
No,
cannot be right. 200K? No. Like, am I going insane right now? Is this really real life?
that I did not write down. Give me 1 second and I'll see.
Holy cow. I mean, it's supposed to be like underground facility, so maybe 25 grand, 200,000 bales and pallets. That's what it's saying. That's wild. Anyways, even even if it's a typo, I mean, it's still overall it's nice. It's 6 megabytes to install, so it's super small, and $25,000. Let's say this is wrong. Let's just say it's 200 bales and pallets. I mean, you're still talking, 25 grand for 200 bales and pallets. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. It says also here, uploading to sites other than the. Oh, nope, that's not what I meant to read. Where'd it go? Yeah, this is a standard storage facility. All bales and pallets can be stored here. Silage bales continue to ferment. The elevator must be operated manually as object storage cannot be animated. So, all in all, I think this is really cool. What do you think there, Will?
Sorry. I was just double making sure. And no, you are not wrong. It does hold 200,000.
200,000? Wow.
So
Okay, y'all, definitely going to install this. 200,000 bales and pallets
yeah,
for $25,000. That's ridiculous. That's
right,
insane.
right. Yeah, look, it says small access area to the underground storage facility. Small, it's like
Yeah, small. I think you and I have different meanings of the word small.
yeah. This, I do like this. I do have it installed. Absolutely love it. And the slot count would blow your mind on this too.
It's probably like 2.
7.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 7. Okay. Okay.
So
Calm down there, Sparky.
overall, though, not bad. I like it.
I love it. I like it. I love it. And I want some more of it. Next one is the hydraulic bollards by, is that Nick 3? Or maybe Nikki? Might be
No.
Nikki. 1.33 megabytes to install. And we've got basically decorative bollards. Just little blockers on there. So this automatically opens. So you have the manual activations, but you also have the automatic ones based on the time of 9 p.m. and closes at 8 a.m. So if you're wanting to add little decorative the bits to your map to where you can keep the baddies out, well, here you go. All in all, 2 megabytes to install. I'm not going to install it, but
Right.
I can see people, wanting to have something like this for like aesthetics, being able to place down, different things around your map,
And
I
I
can
mean,
see it, but not one for me.
not for me either. I mean, it looks good. And I do love the automatic one, especially with the times. I think that's awesome. But for me, no, I would not install this. I would have no use for it. But there are 6 in this pack, and they're all 1 slot each. So you're not really losing out on a bunch of slot counts. So
So, I mean, one thing that I could see that is really nice about this is for PC and Mac players, they get a basically a place anywhere
yeah,
mod. And it basically allows them to place anything on the map wherever you want to, even if you don't own the land. And what I can see being used for this is having the automatic bollards, go out and block places like the store entrance or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
And it would signify a opening and closing on those maps where a opening and closing doesn't already exist.
right.
So that
That
I
I can
can see
see.
as being pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next one we have is the Yellow Tray by Razak, 3.95 megabytes to install, $500 to buy. I don't understand this one. It is decorative as best as I can tell. It's listed under animals for beehives. Is this for bees?
So you place this down, and it actually it it replaces your bees. So you place it down, and what this does in real life is it actually traps insects into it.
Yeah.
So when you place this down in the game, it actually gives you a yield on some crops, like a better yield, kind of like when you put bees down, like sunflowers, canola, stuff like that. Like you'll get like a slight yield increase because of that.
Okay.
That's what this does.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
So
I can be on board with that. I mean, for 4 megabytes to get a little bit of yield bonus, why not? For $500, that's cool. I can be on board with that.
that's not bad. I mean, if I'm gonna have something down like bees, I'm gonna put bees down, honestly. But because you can get honey out of it, plus you can get a yield increase. So the only one benefit from this is 1 slot. So where's
Yep.
that? So
Next one we have is Water Points by Cookie Monster. I love that one. 21.88 megabytes to install, and we've got several different water sources here. I mean, a whole bunch of them, so not really going to go through them. But all in all, we got 22 megabytes to install for Water Points. Me personally, this is going to be a pass. Just simply because 22 megabytes for water when you can either just go and collect it or when you've got other mods that will do exact same stuff but for a smaller pack or whatever the case may be. Now this I don't know whether or not these are free water. Yeah, okay,
free.
generates free water
Yeah.
over time. So are these? Wait, these are productions. Free water over time.
These are basically containers.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, so over time is kind of weird because you basically just pull up right next to it and you get water. But I don't know
Yeah.
why they put it like that, but
Yeah, so I mean, overall, it's free water. I mean, you get a whole bunch of different options and stuff like that. That's all fine and dandy. It's one of those where I think this is just overkill. You can get one of the other packs that are available and not have to install, 22 megabytes worth of file for a water point. Essentially, what it is a water point. So me, it's gonna be a pass, but it is nice. They are highly detailed. You do get the kind of the chamber bins. You got the hydrants. You got the wishing wells and the pail buckets and whatnot. The troughs. I mean, it's cool. It's nice. I like it, but it's gonna be a pass.
automatic watering. What?
Love it. Love it.
Now for these, basically you got two slot, three slot, three slot, three slot, one slot, three slot, three slot, three slot, four slots. So man, I'm not gonna point out what is what, but I mean you're not getting anything higher than four. So
Yeah.
it's not bad, but pass for me too, most definitely.
All right, and the last thing we got here for the 22nd is an update to Shamburgo 2K25. So the changelog for 1.0.3.0 is fixed collisions with several sheds, added new splines to improve AI performance, repositioned several floating objects reported by the community, fixed the trigger for the potato factory. It was too low and some trailers weren't detecting it, improved the decor on several locations of the map. Farmland 57 was edited, changed the prices of several plots of land. So overall, the biggest one that I thought was really cool is the addition of the AI splines. The reason I'm saying that is, let me see if I can find one here. It's a good example in the screenshots. Likely not. Well, okay, you can kind of see one here. So you can see the bridge that's leading across this little cavern right here. So there's loads of bridges and stuff like that all throughout this map. And the problem is that if your worker is trying to get from point A to point B and it thinks that it needs to kind of go in one direction off of a bridge, it'll start driving off of the bridge and try to mount and clear the railing of the bridge. Now, I've had this happen to me several times because I have been playing on this map kind of in the background, where the worker will try and, jump over the railing and then get stuck, kind of thing. So my hope, I haven't tested this out. My hope is that the additional splines are specifically trying to weed out those ones where they overlap because of the bridge networks. So that's my hope, is, it's going to be a little bit better of a experience when trying to get from point A to point B when a bridge is involved. And that's it for the 22nd. What would be your favorite mod for the 22nd?
Man, there's a lot of good ones that came out. Honestly, well, so I'm gonna have to say, well, it was definitely a tie between two of them. That would be the old U.S. chicken coop and the AGI grain dryer from Silabuki.
I gotcha. For me, it's got to be the pig food maker, all crops, all day, all night. Having so I kept going on about, having a powerful mod. Well, this one is powerful, but it's powerful because it makes sense. Like I mentioned earlier, pigs will eat just about anything, almost anything. So the fact that we have all these different production points with hyper specific recipes for pig feed and all that stuff, it doesn't make sense. This one adds up and makes sense. It like I said, it makes those master categories, and then you just got to fill in those three master categories. Once you got those three individual products, filled up for those categories, you're golden at that point. So I love it. I think this is I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say game changer. The pig food maker, all crops. That to me is a game changer. All right, so moving on to, I believe, the last day of the week. We got the Forest Challenge map by ABT Frankie, 166.61 megabytes to install. And we got a massive, well, not massive, we got a forestry map. Massive in the way of there's tons of trees. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of trees. This is not my favorite map. This is not my favorite map at all. Now, the one thing I will say about this one, you know what? Hold on. Before I go into all that, let me do this real fast. I'm gonna get my score so that way I can, at least try and be fair. So I said this is what Forest Challenge, Forest. Okay. So when it comes to forestry maps, I always grade on a curve. So it's not fair to sit there and say, okay, well, I'm going to grade a forestry map the exact same I would as an arable map, or the exact same as a productions map, or the same whatever. Like that's not fair. So I grade this one on curve, and on the curved scale, I give this a 3 out of 5. Now, what saved this map for me personally is you've got the kind of loading in point. And as you can see on this screenshot, it's the fourth screenshot here. You've got your tent, which is your wardrobe trigger, sleep trigger. You've got a sell point that's right here. You've got your 2 or 3 bits of equipment in the background over here. And then you've got your animal dealer. Like everything is in one main area. Now, what saved this map for me is that you can delete your tent, you can delete the sell point, and all that stuff. You can basically delete everything with the exception of the animal dealer and the shop trigger, repair trigger area. Actually, you can even delete the repair trigger. That's the one thing I did test too. But the reason that that's important to me is because one, it makes absolutely no sense to have a sleep trigger sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger there at the same place as your sell station, the same place as your buy station, all that stuff. So the fact that you're able to delete those and then move somewhere else on the map with those things makes it to where at least eventually you can make this area into a dedicated sell point, or like a dedicated like loading area. The other thing that really kind of, I won't say bothered me, but was kind of an annoyance, as you can see in the first screenshot here, all the ground deformation. The entirety of the map has ground deformation, every bit of it. So it's one of those where trying to power through when you're carrying lumber across a map with a tractor that's not the most horsepower friendly gets to be a slog. And you can see these are deep ruts. So this acts as if you're in like a deep rut field kind of thing. So you go slow, really slow. And that was me just towing around the tractor. This had nothing to do with the trailer being loaded down with a bunch of logs. And there's a ton of terrain on this map. So it's one of those, at the end of the day, I think it's middle of the road. It's got definitely some good features to it, but it's going to be one of those where I think there's better out there. So I think there's worse. I think there's better. Hence a 3 out of 5. What do you think, Will?
I passed on 100%. I just scrolled through the pictures, and I was like, "Yep, moving on."
Yep, I completely understand. Next one is the John Deere 1270G pack. This is by HR Forst and Versogbau, 41.94 megabytes to install. We've got a couple in here for tree harvesting. We got the 1270G6W for $435,500. And we have the 1270G8W. I believe that's the 6-wheel and 8 wheels. We got the 8-wheel at $450,500. And again, very similar to what we were discussing earlier with the Ponzi, except for a lesser scale, because this is only 42 megabytes to install rather than the, I think, almost 100 megabytes it was for the Ponzi. It's tree harvesting. It's not that important to me per se. I will use the base game stuff. I don't need a John Deere at 42 megabytes. So this is a pass for me.
Right. I love John Deere. I really do. But I don't do forestry work, so this is a hard pass for me. They look fantastic. They're extremely high detailed. If you pay attention to HR Force and for Zugbau's mods, they're very highly detailed and a lot of customization. They're both 27 slots.
And I just realized I've been on the wrong screen this whole time. Ay. Rocking and rolling. You know what? In all fairness, it is what? Like
almost 2 in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. So we're rocking and rolling. We're trying to get there.
There's one thing I'm gonna say. We probably won't go over the news, only because it is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I know BD's got to get to bed.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, there wasn't really that much news. So, so, but
Ne- Next thing we got is the Deutz Top Liner 4090. This is a harvester by Matt26, 40.91 megabytes to install. The harvester itself is $129,500, 310 horsepower and 8,500 liters. The header is 30,000 at 6 meters, and the trailer is $10,000. So this is basically comparable to the base game Massey Ferguson. This is, if I remember right, this was what we had last year or last version, kind of intro harvester, if I remember right, 22s. So, kind of looking at things here, you got the Massey Ferguson for 250 horsepower, 8,000 liters, and $104,500. Taking a look again, 129,500. So you're already spending about 25 grand more. Yeah, 25 grand. You are getting 310 horsepower as opposed to 250, and you are getting a capacity of 8,500 as opposed to 8,000 liter capacity. So, all in all, I mean, for 41 megabytes to install, this is going to be a hard pass for me. I mean, we've already got the Mass first, and it's close enough, and it's cheaper, and it's only slightly less filling, in literage. So I'm gonna skip on the Deutz.
I agree. I agree 100%. It looks fantastic, highly detailed. I mean, if you absolutely love Deutz, by all means, get it. Like no one's stopping you. Like we're just giving our personal opinions. Like I would pass on this. I mean, to be fair, base game 22, I tried to sell this as fast as I could. So for the header trailer, it's 3 slots. For the header itself, is 6 slots. So that's not awful. And the harvester itself is 13 slots. So not bad, though.
No, not bad at all.
Oh, look, it's your favorite plow.
The Agribusness POH5. This is a plow by Puzzcap, 5.26 megabytes to install, 14 grand to buy, and 150 horsepower requirement for a 2.5 meter working width. Taking a look at our closest comparables, we've got the where is it? There it is. What do you say, 2.5? Really, this is going to be comparable to the Agribusness POV5XL for $16,000 to purchase. So for $2,000 less, you can get the modded version. The base game requires 160 horsepower. The modded requires 150, and they're both 2.5 meters. For 6 megabytes to install, if you are absolutely in love with chiselbacks like myself, then I'd say go for it. But as I am sitting here and absolutely lying my face off, and I cannot stand chiselbacks, this one is a hard pass.
Hard pass, but that's just also because it's a 2.5 meter. So that is for your small farm shenanigans.
Moving on, we got the Bessel und. What was that?
Well, I was going to say it is highly detailed, though. You see all the bolts and everything on it. And it is 5 slots. So,
Gotcha. Next one we have is the Brussels in und Lade Shovel Pack. This is by Vertex Design, 5.43 megabytes to install. And we've got 2 specific types of buckets here. So we got the L16 for the front loaders, and it has a capacity of 2,080 to 3,110. Price range of $1,900 to $3,400. And then we got the L17 version for wheel loaders. Now, one thing to kind of point out too is that I think these are kind of cross-platform kind of ones. So we got the front loader tools, which I think works for both skid steers and front loaders. and the L17s work for wheel loaders and telehandlers. I think that's why there's the liter capacity difference. I think the for the L16, the 2080 liter is for the skid steer. I think for the 3110 is the front loader, and then the L17, the 3030 is for the telehandler. The 4240 is for the wheel loader. I think. Don't quote me. But again, the L17 price range of 2,200 and 4,100. Overall, it being a branded bucket, it's not a big deal to me personally. I'm gonna skip over this one. For 6 MB though, it's not terrible. Now I do like the Brussels Unlaid that are the high tip ones. These are not those. So again, skipping over these ones.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. I mean, they look good. I mean, they're from Vertex Design, so I mean, you can't really expect anything less than highly detailed. Each bucket's only 2 slots, so this would be a pass for me too.
Next one we have is the Quickie Grading Bucket. This is by Not Polar. 0.84 megabytes to install, and we've got ourselves a front loader bucket and $2,200 to purchase, and a capacity of 750. What was that? Sorry, 750 liters. So this one is nice. I like this one. Now, it's very small. So it's one of those where I would not install it because of its size. I would sit there and just get angry at it because it's so small. But I do like that it has straps. That is nice. So there is kind of a trade-off with this one. Small capacity, but you have straps.
Yeah.
All in all, for a megabyte, if you don't mind it being so small and you like the addition of straps, this might be for you. Not for me, though.
Yeah, not bad at all. And I agree with BDD, everything he said. I mean, the detail is nice on it, especially like the weathering on it, like the usage of it, like all the paint coming off in the first screenshot looks fantastic. It's only 2 slots, so. But
Not
yeah,
bad.
be a pass for me though.
Next one is the Adapter 3-point Skid Steer by NASA B82, 0.9 megabytes to install, and we have the actual skid steer adapter for $400 or the skid steer tool for $4,000, and that is basically a pass-through for your skid steer bucket, if I'm not mistaken. So you got your basically your 3-point linkage connection that will then attach to your skid steer tools. Am I correct about saying that?
Yes.
Beauty. So yeah, I mean, essentially this is a different way of doing things in order to have your front or rear 3-point linked attachers to be able to use your skid steer style applications. So all in all, it's a different way of doing things. I like that. For less than a megabyte, I like that too. I would install this.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but I wouldn't say it's highly detailed, but it's definitely detailed. The so the adapter itself is 2 slots, and then it does come with a bucket, which is shown right here, which is also 2 slots as well. So not too bad on the slot count.
Nice. Let's see. Next one is the handcrafted weight box. This is by Chimera and the design Farmer. 4.94 megabytes to install. We have a price point of $1,500 and a weight of 600 kilograms. Overall, I think this is cool. It has an opening bucket, which is really nice, so you can store some stuff in there. If you can get in there, it's got to be small. It's not going to be huge, but you can put stuff in. And all in all, it's a weight with a few extra steps. So that's nice, but for 5 megabytes, meh, I don't know if it's nice enough.
No, I agree with you. Plus, I mean, to me, it's like it's a basic design. Like it's not even highly detailed. It's just a basic design. I mean, if you're looking for a weight that you can open up and put stuff in, which you can put like your chainsaw in there, you can put like your horse brush in there, your spray paint stuff like that. It has straps in there, so if it's just something you're looking for, there you go. And it's only 2 slots, so it's not going to take up a huge slot space. So
So real quick, catching up with the chat real fast. We got FS Farmer saying, "Cheers, B2D. Got to go sleep. Take care. Chat. Cheerio." All right, FS Farmer, thanks for coming by here tonight. Hope you have yourself a fantastic rest of your night. You take care, and we'll see you again next time. We got Farmer Groot says, "Can you remember what the worst score you ever gave to a map was?" Oh, that's easy. I gave a 0. I did. I gave a 0 one time. It was on Southern Cross Station. And the reason I gave it a 0 for that map is because it was for FS22. It was broken, highly broken, and never got addressed, never got fixed.
of course.
So it was. Here's the thing: is the reason why I gave it such a low grade is I really enjoyed that map. I really loved the look and aesthetics of it because it was a Australian map, which we don't get many of those. But the facilities were grand, everything was custom made, and it was just one of those where the map itself, if you basically if you went behind certain things, it made everything else disappear, kind of thing. So when you're at these custom facilities for sales and all that stuff, everything would just disappear, and it was a really disappointing. It was a huge break, so it was one of those where you can't even not experience the breakage kind of thing. And it was one of the first maps that we'd ever gotten on FS22. So it was one of those where it just it not getting addressed. Like it's not like it didn't have enough time to be addressed. It just was abandoned, and it was a huge disappointment because it had such amazing potential. It was a beautiful map, and yeah, that's the lowest one I ever gave was a 0 for that one.
Well,
So yeah, that's all I had. Do you have anything?
nope, we're good.
Next one we have is the Cowshed Pack by F.A. Ursin Rayner. 55.57 megabytes to install. We have a price point of $150,000 for 57 dairy cows. We also have the open barn for fattening for $115,000. So you got your beef and your dairy in part of this pack. And you got a barn for young cattle for deep bedding, laying, and attaching or attached shelter for $85,000. And then you have another one for your calves, including your igloos, for $40,000. This is a really, really nice pack. It's got 56 megabytes to install. It is very like stylized, so it's going to fit into very specific styles of maps. But the fact that you have all these various different stage of life buildings that are specific to your calves, your mid-range, your adults, and it has both the beef and dairy cows, you can make yourself an entire dairy farm with this whole pack. And for what is that, 56 megabytes? That's really nice. I like that a lot. And they're really highly highly detailed. They got really good designs to them. Again, they're gonna fit on very specific maps because of their design, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I like that they kind of went through from infancy to adulthood in all the various styles of barns. I like that.
Oh yeah, so I love this pack. I remember this pack from FS22. Loved it. I'm so happy it's back, especially now because we actually have baby animals. So it actually makes sense having. Everything is very highly detailed, like very highly detailed. So the dairy barn itself is 23 slots, which I mean you could tell right where the slot count's coming from for that.
Oh yeah.
The the So the fattening barn, which has like a little overhang, which is the last screenshot, shows the straw shredder in there. That's 11 slots. The breeding barn, which is the second to last, that's 12 slots. And then your calf barn is 9 slots, which is not bad, honestly. So, I absolutely love this pack. Love it a lot. So happy it's back.
I agree. Let's see. Next one, whoops, is, if I can click on things accurately, the Brazilian Pigsty by Namag Mods, 7.58 megabytes to install, and we have two models of pig pens for this map. $14,000 to purchase, and I like it. I like it a lot. 8 megabytes to install. It's not that intrusive, and it's just a nice, simple, easy design. Nice little fenced-in area. It's nice. You got the little wooden structure for it, and you've got the kind of brick structure as well. All in all, for less than 8 megabytes and 15 grand, sign me up.
It's a pass for me. But it's also because I don't do a lot of pigs. I want to say a lot of detail on this mod, though, as you can tell. Like a lot of it. It does look absolutely fantastic. Now, when you place it down for the one with a pasture, you can expand the pasture. Now, the one without a pasture, be very careful because it doesn't show you on what side the fence starts at.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to like basically guess. Now, when you place it down, it says it says in the build mode that it holds 36 pigs. But when you place it down like normal, it's only 29. So I'll just be very, very aware of that. And there are 3 different models in here, and they're all 3 slots each. So not too bad.
Okay. Let's see. The next one we have here is the Drying Fermenter. This is by Hasco and is 18.28 megabytes to download. So we have a price point of this for $187,000, and this is where we can make our hay as well as silage from our various products such as grass, chaff, and hay and straw, actually, if I remember correctly. I think all the products can be made into silage, but only some of it can be made into hay, obviously. So, I mean, all in all, I like it. 19 megabytes to install, and we have a production point that will produce pretty much your 2 main components of your TMR. Is the basics of your TMR. I like it. I think this is fantastic.
This is good. It's also reality detailed. I do have another mod actually installed. That was from FS22. It's like a silo pack, but you can like do grass and hay. You can do silage from hay, grass, and corn. So yeah, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. It's like this, but it's like a fermenting silo basically, which I feel is a lot better than this. But this is 26 slots. Just to let everyone know.
Yeah. Which again, I mean, it's one of those you can see where those slots are coming in. It's a pretty big facility. You've got all the various different silos that are attached to it, the buildings, the structures, and all that stuff. Like it's not a slouch when it comes to like what this building is.
Right.
Let's see. Next one we have is Shed by Mattis. 5.21 megabytes to install, $25,000 to buy. This one is a pass for me. 6 megabytes, so it's not that it's too like intrusive in the file size. It's $25,000, so it's not too intrusive when it comes to price. But all in all, it's just not the style that I personally am going to look for. So this is just not going to be one that I kind of dive into.
I agree. I passed on this one too. It looks good. It looks really good. It's just not my style of a shed. I mean, I could see this on like a European shed or something along those lines. Like I said, the details there. It's only 5 slots, so it's not absolutely massive on the slot count either. So you should be good there.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Next one is the Gothic Barn. This is by Michael Pico. 58.49 megabytes to download and $100,000 to buy. This thing is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I think this is fantastic, but 60 megabytes to install is a hard pass for me. It looks insanely good. I mean, you look at all this exposed brickwork, the stucco that's cracking, and the whole foundation is just kind of going. It's incredibly, incredibly detailed, and I'm going to be not shocked at all when we hear about the insane slot count.
Yeah.
I mean, you just, everything you look at this is just detail, 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 detail. And it looks like it's got a grain silo inside. Yeah, got the
Yes.
barn with patches for a grain silo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can see the kind of detail that's around the grain silo itself. You got all these little bottles and cleaning products and floor jacks and just all this just absolute nonsense. And I mean, in a good way. Nonsense in a good way. I like this. This is fantastic.
It is very, very highly detailed, like extremely detailed. I feel like this would fit perfect on like Pelene, for some odd reason. It would,
Either Pelinier or do you remember there was that old Italian rice map from FS22?
oh yeah,
I bet you this would look really good on that map.
it was like Map Italia or something like that.
Something like that.
This is a hard pass for me though, especially for a shed being almost 60 megabytes.
Yeah. How many slots?
53.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I knew that was I knew that was coming. Not shocked at all. But again, just insane the amount of detail that's on this. Again, what I love the most is that last picture. You can see the exposed brickwork on the left and then the cracking stucco. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The amount of effort that was put into. And not only that, but then you see further off to the right side, just where the barn doors slid open, above that barn door, you see that kind of pitted stucco there as well. Like, it's all kind of like rough and like pitted. I mean, that's the best word I can put is pitted. And yeah, just incredibly detailed. Like, holy cow. That's just nuts.
Yeah.
Next one we have is the large drive-through shed by Patty and Icus. Picus has made a triumphant return. 4.12 megabytes to install. That's right. That is what do the kids call that? Like the married name or the
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? The married name?
It's like the couple's name.
The couple's name, exactly. Yeah, Picus. There we go. The couple's name. $50,000 to purchase this. And again, I mean, where can we go wrong when it comes to Patty and Icus? This is incredible. Highly detailed. It's just got a nice little kind of overview. It looks like it's got the repair trigger underneath the covered awning. Massive storage inside with the massive door. So you're going to be able to basically store any sized harvester inside of it with no issue whatsoever. It's nuts.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't realize that that was also a repair trigger. Huh. Yeah, highly detailed, and again with the American flags, they flap in the wind. There's also a button in there that you can press that will basically change like your roof color or not. So if like you get red siding with a white roof, place it down. You want to go back, like hit the button. You walk back outside and your roof will be red, just like your siding. And then your siding,
Nice.
then your siding will be white. I absolutely love this mod. Installed it right away. 19 slots.
Nice. All right, and I think we got one more for the week's worth of mods. We got the Garage with Tool Table, again by Icus, not Picus, Icus. 3.11 megabytes to install, $20,000 to buy. And again, where can you go wrong with Patty or Icus? You can't. You can't. This is, again, just copy and paste everything we've said about Patty and Icus. This is not by Patty and Icus, but just saying, overall, Icus did a fantastic job on this one again. So, love it. Install it.
Yeah,
Do it.
100%.
Do it.
Love it. Yeah, it's 20 slots. But yeah, you can see where the 20 slots go for it. And we did have 3 other mods too. So,
Oh, so I'll keep going then. I thought that was the last one, but I was wrong. Lazy Distribution by Let's Be Heaven Moo. 0.34 megabytes to install, and we have the various distribution points. So we got a lazy egg, honey, wool, and goat milk for $100. We have a lazy greenhouse distributor, water, seeds, solid, and liquid fertilizer for $100. Lazy cow distributor, milk and buffalo milk, manure and slurry, again, $100. Lazy wood distribution for $100. And lazy silo distribution, large, medium, and small silos for, I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 2 million, 1 million, and 500,000. You got $147,000 respectively for the 2 million, $125,000 for the 1 million, and $117,000 for the 500,000. Holy smokes. I love these. I absolutely love these. It's one of those that eventually every single one of our farms gets to a point to where they get to be too large, and you have a decision to make at one point or another. Do I continue to go down the route of trying to keep up with all the productions, all the animals, all the things that I have going on, or do I automate some of this stuff? This gives you that option of automation. You know, hey, I can throw in a chicken egg distribution, and then it'll send it off to the production point that needs chicken eggs. I'm loaded up with manure, so let me throw it in the manure, and then it's going to put it into the greenhouses, that can accept it. Like things like that. It's really nice having the option of automation. Now, the only other option you have if you don't want to do the automation is to extend your time, going into 2 days, 4 days, 100 days. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those where you either need to create more time or you need to utilize your time better. And this is a good option. And considering this is only 0.34 megabytes to install, now the only thing I can complain about for this is that the like the cow distributor, the greenhouse distributor, the eggs, wool, goat milk, and all that distribution, it's not large. It's not large at all. It's a very small storage capacity within each one of these quote unquote production points, because that's what these are. They're production points that with a specialty towards whatever production they're going into. And they're small. So if you have a large production of products, you're going to have a backlog, like a back fill for this. So one of those where overall I like it. I wish it was a little bit bigger or it had options of larger capacities, but it's not the end of the world.
for me, I don't know. Don't be wrong. I think it's a brilliant idea. And as soon as I saw this, the very first thing popped in my mind was, oh, I know who's going to love this. BDD. For me, it's a pass. I don't know. Just for me personally, I actually like hauling my stuff everywhere. So, like, I don't mind loading up pallets and stuff like that and hauling it where I need to. So, that's just me personally. I mean, the slot counts I'm not bad. So, basically, everything but the silo large is all 4 slots. The silo large is 5 slots. So, it's not awful. So,
Not at all. Nope, not at all. Let's see. Next one we have is the Raspberry Productions. This is by Carl TG, 5.95 megabytes to install. We have our Raspberry Garden for $4,000, and we have our Raspberry Factory for $75,000, where we can produce raspberry jam and raspberry juice. So for 6 megabytes, sign me up all day and
Hmm.
night. It's not bad at all. Now, the only thing is that again, like I was saying before, if you're getting into products this early in the game where it's creating new product types in the game, you run the risk of eventually when you get the expansions or anything like that to eventually run out of fill type space. So be wary about adding too many of these mods that create new types because that could be an issue down the line. But overall, I like it. I like Carl TG's mods and their maps. This is again another good one in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I grabbed this. I love this. Plus the price are pretty good too. When you sell it, like the level of detail, like in the garden itself, is really good. Like the level of detail that goes into the factory itself is really good. Even the pallets itself, everything, just highly detailed. Love it. So for the greenhouse itself is 18 slots, and then for the factory it's 14. But yeah, you can see what the detail is though. So
I mean, you look at the quote unquote greenhouse. I mean, it's a bush. It's a raspberry bush, and that by itself is going to be highly detailed all by itself. And then you take into account the shed and like the trigger points and all that stuff. Like it is a very nice mod. I think this is fantastic. Again, Carl TG did a fantastic job with this. And basically, all Carl TG did was take the in-game base grape production point, like the grape juice production point, and just converted it into raspberries. That's basically all this is.
yeah.
But that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be anything else. So, again, fantastic job by Carl TG. I like this.
Now we're on the last mod.
Now we're on the last mod, and we're going to end on a high note. The John Deere Neon Sign by Assassin TV2. 1.22 megabytes to install, and this is $2,000 to buy. It is a generator that will generate $35 per hour. It's it is what it is. If you want a generator and you want it specifically in the John Deere green and yellow, here you go.
Oh yeah, I mean, for me, yes, I did not install this because I don't. I would see this more on like a dealership than like your own personal farm. Um, so I mean, if if there's any like someone of a decent map and someone wants to build a dealership and you want to put this down up front, cool. Like that's what it's there for. I mean, I like it. It's good, but I didn't install it, and it's only 3 slots, so there's that. So
Which again, if you got like if you're on a Mac or a PC and you got the place anything or place anywhere mod installed where you're able to place anything you want anywhere without owning the land, then this makes all the sense in the world because then you can have this sign at a dealership even though it's pre-installed kind of thing and not have to worry about whether you own the land or not worry about whether or not you can, do whatever it is that you want to do. You can place this down, and you got a little generator. I mean, it's not going to produce tons of money. $35 multiply that by 24 hours in a day. I mean, that's what math. Let's do some math. 25. 35 times 24. $840 a month.
yeah,
No, a day. That's a day, and then times 30. 25 grand a month? Does that sound about right? Is my mathing? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. If it's
yeah,
not,
yeah. It sounds about right.
yeah, if it's not, then I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, I mean, all in all, it's cool. It's one of those where what I thought would be really cool is not necessarily have it just strictly branded for John Deere, but having that kind of option to interchange out the different brand names. I
Yeah.
think that'd be cool because then you can put down like hey, here's John Deere, here's Case, here's New Holland, here's this, there's that, and the other thing, and you'd be able to kind of rip through all the various different ones and put them all at the dealership. If you can buy the land, if you're on console, or you can, uh, if you got the place anything anywhere mod, then you can be good to go from there too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that is it. Do you want to go ahead and pick out a mod that you liked as your top for?
Yes, I would have to say the cowshed pack from the FA, which is Farming Agency. The
Mine would be the lazy distribution. Because again, it's one of those where you can either optimize your time by, you know, getting automation involved, or you can maximize your time in reality. So you either spend longer times per month, or you spend less time having to manually work.
yeah,
So overall, I think that's my favorite.
yeah. So also real quick, yeah. So like I said, there was some news, but there wasn't a whole lot. If anything at all, you can just check me out over on Will T Gaming FS Encyclopedia over on Facebook, where I post any news, updates, mods, stuff like that. Like I said, you can also find me over here on YouTube at Will T Gaming FS Encyclopedia, where we stream Agribusiness, which I'm hoping I'll be able to get my new PC here. Probably won't be for another couple months, but hopefully I'll actually be able to start streaming on my PC again. You can also find me over on Twitch at Steiner24, which I stream. I try to stream on a daily basis, but it's just because of my leg, my injury, and other things going on right now. Just haven't had the chance. But yeah, I feel like last week was pretty good for mods. I think we got a decent amount of mods. I feel like we're gonna get a decent amount this week too. So I also want to give a reminder to everybody that's well today. I think it's at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Giants will be going live and talking about the upcoming DLC, the expansion, plus also talking about the new DLC, the third DLC, and other FS related stuff as well. So just make sure you stay tuned in with that. So yeah,
Tell you what, I'm really looking forward to hearing about, any additional information we can get in regards to the expansion as well as the next DLC. Like I said before, I'm shocked that we know more about the upcoming expansion
yeah,
than we do about the next DLC. That just blows my mind.
yeah. The I know well, as soon as the video, well, the live stream goes, then I'm going to be announcing some stuff on both pages that I'm part of this council group I'm part of, and my own page. So if there's anything exciting or anything big, then I'll be posting it on there as well, so you'll know. So
Awesome, awesome. Well, I think we are now here at the very end
yes,
of Agribusiness tonight. I want to thank everybody who's come out here tonight, has hung out with us here, and followed along with all the maps, news, mods, everything we've gone over today. Wasn't much in the ways of news, but we did go over a lot of other things here this past week, and we will see what Giants has in store for us next. Well, not next week, this week. We'll see how things go.
oh yeah,
But like I said, Will, I had an absolute blast with you as always. Thank you very much for, being the co-host of Agribusiness tonight.
yeah,
And yeah, hope you all enjoyed it.
yeah.
If you did, please show us by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.
You still there?